Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, and give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, Kwadash, and double honor to all the apostles of great millstone that taught me this truth. And blessings to all you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. I'm that fellow servant Kanakla coming at you once again, alright, with spirit of prophecy. Keep those updated. The title of this lesson will be U.S.-China trade war, birth pangs, and this pretty much this lesson was inspired by this article here that was posted yesterday. It says U.S.-China trade war boosts demand for Russian soybeans. Okay, and as you know, America purchased a lot of soybeans from it's like China used to import a lot of soybeans from America. Okay, matter of fact, let me search that real quick. Yeah, I had it right there. All right, China is expected to import 89 million tons of soybeans this year. All right, so that's a big marketing. Okay, very big market for U.S. And China when it comes to the soybeans. Okay, that was like, I believe that was like the number one export, if I'm not mistaken, from the U.S. to China. Okay, now that you have this trade war going on, right? Going from this article right here, it says U.S.-China trade war boosts demand for Russian soybeans. So it's a marketing, man. China's a big customer. Okay, so now that the ties are being cut with America and the U.S., all right, certain ties are being cut off. If you ever work somewhere, oh, this is my big customer. I have to keep them happy. Why? Because they spend the most money. Okay, whether you know them by name or whether you know them by company. Let's say you do catering, and then let's say a man named Joe comes. He comes every day. Okay, and he buys $200 worth of stuff from you every day. You're going to do everything to make sure you keep that man happy. All right, why? Because that's your biggest customer. Okay, so with China and America going through this trade war, China is a big customer, all right, of the U.S. So that marketing, all this money that they were making from China from buying soybeans, now Russia has that marketing now. Russia's taking that place, that position, okay? And what that means for America is all downhill from America. That's why I say this is those birth pains, all right? But they're losing out on millions, if not trillions of dollars, okay? So I'm gonna read a little bit of this article, and I got a few articles of cross-reference here. This is the volume of Russian soybeans exported to China will be worth at least 600 million by 2024, according to the Russian Ministry of Agriculture. All right, and it's not fully, they're not fully cut off from the U.S., but you can see that transition of marketing, so to say. It's going to Russia. Russia is pretty much taking place of that marketing. Okay, it says soybeans and their processed derivatives were the second biggest agriculture export from Russia's Far East. Deputy Minister of Agriculture Sergei Levitin said at Eastern Economic Forum in Vladivostok. It says over the past year, these exports doubled amount to 6.5% of the total export volumes from the Far East. All right, so over the past year. Why is that? Because over the past year or so, 2 years or so, maybe going on 3, all right, there's been a trade war. Okay, and, people like to think, oh, well, that won't affect us. Well, hey, pretty soon, man, you're gonna start seeing the effects of this trade war. Okay, it says this became possible due to a significant increase in demand. Once again, that's the key word: supply and demand. America had the supply, and which is, if you search up number one GMO product, soybean is like number one, numero uno. Okay, genetically modified. All right, soybean is probably the most genetically modified organism there is. Okay, so that's the key word: supply and demand. As demand increase, so what? If China is demanding more soy, Okay, that means the supply, all right, has decreased, because you don't demand more of something if it's already there. All right, so that means that that supply has been cut off, and what has been cut off? That's been cut off from the U.S., man. The supply has been cut off from the U.S. due to the trade war. So why China is now demanding more? So what? Who they going to? Russia, man. All right. It says demand from the Chinese market due to its trade conflict with the U.S. He said. Leviton also noted that the ministry intensive policy, which in every way stimulates soybean production throughout the country, but primarily in the Far East. Over the past 10 years, Russia's soybean production has been growing. Farmers are expected to harvest a record 3.9 million tons in the current season, which ends in 2019. So why would they harvest this much soy? Why would you sit there and harvest or grow, okay, 3.9 million tons of soybeans if there's no marketing for it? You want to know why? Because there is a market for it. People they stop selling stuff, all right, because the marketing. Like right now in the car industry, all right, the marketing for the family sedans, four-door car, the market isn't good for that right now. So that's why Ford stopped selling. They're going to stop making the Fusion, the Ford Fusion, like little cheap cars like the Ford Fiesta, and so on and so forth. All those little four-door cars, all right, the marketing for it is dropped. So what? They say we're going to stop making those cars. All right, only marketing we have is the Mustang, all right, muscle cars, and our SUVs. That's why the Ford Explorer, I don't know where you live at, but the Crown Vic used to be like the notorious police car, all right, for the police department. Now, all around here, we mainly see police vehicles and SUV police vehicles. The most popular ones are Ford Explorer. Why? Because that's where the marketing is at, man. It's more room. Okay, you have more room, and that's where the marketing at. These four-door cars is not enough room for families, so they're going to more SUVs. Okay, so same thing with this. So Russia is harvesting 3.9 million tons. All right, you're not just gonna make 3.9 million tons of soybeans and don't expect nobody to buy them. Why? You're doing it because there's a marketing for it, and that market is China. Okay, it says which ends in 2019. The country is expected to ship up to 700 tons of the product abroad. Last year, President Vladimir Putin announced that Russia would increase its production and export of soybeans to China to fill a gap in the market. Okay, so there's a gap in the market, and look, you got customers, man. Okay. So hey, the world is gonna continue on without the U.S., man. All right, the U.S. isn't that great city no more. Okay, that's long and done over with. What? Oh, you gonna put sanctions on me? Oh, what? You gonna invade my country? Look, you already done invaded the little small countries. All right. Now, if this was Iraq, let's say this is Iraq, man. Iraq would have been invaded a year ago, man. Okay. But this is China. These are the big boys now. You dealing with the big boys. All right, and the little guys, does not the scripture say has thou not become as weak as us? So the little guys are now cleaving on to these bigger guys. Ezekiel the 38th chapter. All right, Russia, be thou a guard unto them. Okay, so America, the U.S. hegemony is completely they're losing it, man. All right, they're losing the grips of this thing. Okay, that transition of power. It says China to fill a gap in the market which was left by the protracted trade war between Beijing and Washington. China has halted the import of soybeans from its biggest supplier. Okay, so I stand corrected. They actually halted, all right, the soybeans from United States. So imagine what's happening to these farmers, man. Okay. Bro, this is so beautiful, man. That's why, man, all praise to YAHAWASHI. All right? What's happened to these farmers that was making millions, if not freaking trillions of dollars, man? Selling all this whatever tons to China, man. All right, it says the United States, after imposing 25% tariffs on soybean imports, the levy came in retaliation to American tariffs on Chinese goods. So let me get some precepts here. Okay. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. So Babylon was that golden cup, man. All right, that cistern to drink from. All right, them people that nation to do dealings with. All right, this is a nation. All right, because look, all these things are done by contracts. You know, companies. If it's like here for the noise, I'm outside actually. All right, but anyways, if I can get this contract in with this company and they only buy from me, if I be their number one buyer, their number one purchaser, then I'm in there. I'm eating good. All right. So that was everybody's goal. All right. The scripture call this place the merchant city. All right. Let's say, okay, I sold t-shirts. All right. I'm from Vietnam. Okay. I got a company and I make a bunch of t-shirts, man. You know, I can push out millions of t-shirts a day. Well, if I'm able to get this contract set in with the U.S. and I sell them, all right, 3+ million t-shirts a year, all right, that's the contract, then I don't got nothing to worry about, because I'm in with the biggest customer, the U.S. and that's what the U.S. was that person, man, all right, to get in and do business with. Okay, so Babylon's been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and they were that golden city, man. All right, that made all the earth drunk, and everybody went through and drunk from that cup. All right. It says, the nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. So she may be healed. If so, she may be healed. All right. But she's not going to be healed. Because this right here, this is a wound. Okay, well, let me get the article again. I think this is it. This is a wound right here, man. You lost your biggest supplier. It tells you right here. Your biggest customer, you just lost them. All right, China has halted the import of soybeans from its biggest supplier. So what's gonna happen to those farmers or those factories that was pushing out this GMO soybeans? What's gonna happen to them? You're gonna get mass layoffs from the factories and from the farming industry. All right, people gonna lose their jobs. And when people lose their jobs, they lose their houses, and they just start losing things, man. You know, it's a chain effect. All right, common sense. They lose you lose your job, you lose everything. If I lose my job, I'll be out on the streets. If the Lord don't provide me with another job, which I believe He will. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, the average American that don't got YAHAWASHI ministering onto them, they lose their job and they can't find another one. Hey, pretty much they're not, it tell you the average American is living paycheck to paycheck. So you one paycheck away from being out on the streets. You one paycheck away from having your car repossessed, man. Okay? So this is a wound right here. That's why I labeled this the birth pangs. All right? This is the birth pangs, man. All right, and that's from the scriptures. All right, I'm gonna just search up real quick. Just show you. Satan. Pangs, a sudden sharp pain or painful emotion. All right, so this is that birth pain. The Babylon is like, that hurt, man. This right here. Come on. Yeah, this is a birth pain. China has halted the imports of soybeans from its biggest supplier, the United States. That's a birth pain, man. So she ain't gonna be healed, okay? We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and that's what they're doing. And let us everyone go into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto the heaven, as it lifted up even to the skies. All right. So let me go back to this cross-reference these scriptures. Select these articles. It says China tariffs hit U.S. food exporters, leaving other nations to make hay while the sun shines. Okay. So let's read. It says U.S. food exports to China have been hit with higher tariffs on soybeans, pork, wheat, frozen seafood. All right, so these are all the things that China was purchasing from the U.S. All right. It says Brazil, Argentina for soybeans, Canada for wheat and lobsters, Germany and Spain for pork are reaping the benefit. So look, you know, that's marketing, man. That market is out there. All right. Hey, you know, oh, did you hear? Oh, China and the U.S. All right, China's not buying no more U.S. soybeans. Okay, so let Russia and Brazil and Argentina come in. Hey, China isn't buying no more U.S. seafood, lobsters. Okay, let Canada come in. China isn't buying no more pork. All right, from America no more. Okay, then Germany and Spain take that place, man. You not see how this work? America's finished, man. Okay, we would have healed her, but she is not healed. Forsake her. All right, let us everyone go into his own country for a judgment reaching the heavens, and that's why you got that coalition, the BRICS, man. Okay, you people stop playing, man. All right, this is serious business here. And Lord's will, man, this thing just waxed worse. Those birth pains just keep, you know, getting closer and closer together. It says at the start of the summer, a group of officials from Maine wrote to the U.S. President Trump, urging financial support from the state's iconic lobster industry. Okay, why they urging financial support? Why? Because why? Canada has took that spot. Okay, it says one of the first victims of retaliation imposed by China after the initial round of tariffs was lobster shipped from Maine. So that's Maine. That's over here in the U.S., man. So they're crying. They're sobbing. It says wrote Maine Senators Angus King and Susan Collins along with State Representative Shelley Pingree and Jared Golden. China had become the second largest importer of Maine lobster, buying U.S. $128.5 million in the second half of 2017, where before increasing purchases by 169% over the first half of 2018. But then the tariffs hit, and last year the market died. All right, the market died, and the U.S. lobster exports to China fell by 80% in 2018. Come on, man. This place is finished, man. China has lost its taste for the delicacy over the first half of 2019. Canadian lobster sales to China were almost equivalent to their total for 2018. All right, so it was equivalent. So you look, that marketing, that market is been filled. Okay, you know how, man? Come on, you do you know how these other companies, these other countries, they're happy? You think they're sobbing for the U.S.? No, man. They're taking that position, man. They're eating, okay, and that's war. You know, you're not buying from me. You know, I need you to survive, and you don't want to purchase nothing from me. You don't want to buy nothing from me, or you don't want to buy my product. Hey, that mean? That mean you want me to starve out? All right, come on. It says it says according to Associated Press that the same species of lobster exported from Maine is also found in waters of Nova and Scotia and New Brunswick. So I'm guessing these are bodies of water next to Canada. Okay. It says on Sunday things got worse for American lobstermen, which is beautiful, man. Mawathala Babal. All right. The Lord is bringing America down. It says along with food producers across numerous industries. Okay. So not only lobster, you know, you lobster heads, you abominable eating lobster heads. All right. It says when a new raft of Chinese tariffs further jeopardized the market share for American food exporters in the world's most populous nation, which is who? China. All right. These people are like bunnies over there, man. It says with frozen Maine lobsters now attracting a tariff of 45% after an increase of 10%, Canadian fishermen can look forward to more bigger paydays ahead. All right, it ain't say American fishermen, so the Canadians are benefiting from this, man. All right, It says, ahead of leaving Maine's political leaders to continue pondering the blow of Chinese tariffs on a hallmark American industry that has done nothing to deserve the punishment that is presently forced to bear. So these people are being punished, man. These American companies are being punished. Nobody's buying their product, man. Do you not know if what the scriptures say, man? The man to see the downfall of his enemy. Okay, it's in Sirach. I don't know where it's at, but I wish I can get that scripture. But that's a heavy thing for us to see, man. To see the downfall of our enemy. Right now in these last times, it says soybeans, wheat, pork were also one of the new tariffs list. The U.S. loss will be other nations' gain. Exactly. With 1.4 billion mouths to feed, Chinese buyers are sourcing their food from nations with lower tariff access to China's ports, a trend that will deepen as tariffs on U.S. rise. Okay, so you get the point, man. This is a beautiful article here, man. This is very heavy. I'm actually probably try to send that out. Let me see what this video has to offer here.
And Cody Noonan, their family, plugging lobsters out of the waters off the Maine coast for 5 generations. Now worried they might be the last.
It's scary. I have an 8-year-old daughter now, and it's hard for me to want to bring her into this industry.
Did you ever think that you would be sort of caught up in an international trade war?
No, never did. But I guess that's up to the president.
The president's trade war slamming the Maine lobster industry after China retaliated last July with a 25% tariff.
Any one of the dealers here in the state of Maine, including myself, was shipping, tens of thousands of pounds per week to China, and that went to almost zero.
Wholesalers like Sean McEwen with Sea Salt Lobster says these days, business treading water.
I would have at least another 5 to 7 employees running my export, which would be a second and third shift. And
full-time jobs?
Yeah, full-time jobs.
How much an hour?
Anywhere from $15 to $25 an hour.
So these are decent jobs?
Yeah, it's a living wage.
Maine coast moves 7 million pounds of lobster a year. They've aggressively pursued other markets when exports to China collapsed. They'd like to expand more. But
the uncertainty is what's hard. I think it's trying on all of our employees. We exited the year performing basically on target. We didn't grow as much as we would like to grow or historically have grown, but we didn't lose.
The industry, holding on for now, has a simple message for the president.
This is American jobs. It's rural jobs. These are industries that are really, really important for rural America.
For lobstermen like Cody Noonan, who likes the president, the tariff war wearing thin.
He made it sound very good, when he was running.
How much is he hurting you personally right now, or this tariff war hurting you personally?
It's hurting. It's hurting.
Oh my God. Oh my freaking goodness, man. All praise to YAHAWASHI, man. That is so fucking beautiful, man. Call halal YAHAWASHI. Alright? Call halal YAHAWASHI. Because those same fucking waterways that they're dipping lobster out of or whatnot was the same waterways they was probably using to ship Jake off and shit, or whatever the case may be, man. You ain't supposed to be eating that shit anyways. Here it is, you getting lobsters, creatures that the Most High, the Heavenly Father, has set to clean out, to clean the water, keep the water clean. All right, but you taking those quote unquote delicacies, all right, whatever you want to call them, and you're eating them and you're using them, you're making money off of it. All right, so that's beautiful. Okay, and this is a Bible. Trump did say he loved the scriptures. Hey, but this is a country found on the Bible. Hey, well, you should be following the Levitical laws, man. You ain't supposed to be eating that shellfish. All right, but that's pretty much it, man. All right, Babylon. Babylon is fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, and so she may be healed. All right, and ultimately, this is what's going to happen. Verse 10. It says, "The Lord hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord our God." All right, and we doing that right now, man. We're prophesying. We're coming back to our heritage. All right, and the Lord is bringing this. The Lord is fighting for us, man. Right, and I pray that China, regardless of the marketing or whatnot, I pray that China, man, never, you know, pretty much get things back started with U.S. Man. You got other customers, man. Let the U.S. fall, man. Lord's will, hey, that will happen, man. It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of Medes, which are the Russians, for his device against Babylon to destroy it. And those talking about those nuclear missiles. You got those avant-garde missiles and those Satan II missiles. Okay, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord and the vengeance of his temple. All right. And that's pretty much it, man. Lord willing, you edified. Beautiful times we're living in. All right, and just sitting back and just watch these birth pains just get even heavier, man, upon this place. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.